everyone, I'm Kelly. Thanks for coming by. This is my video for 12 Days of Craftmas for the 22nd of December. I'm going to make myself another one of these no-sew quilted ball ornaments with a styrofoam ball. My earrings for this video are red Christmas lights. The Christmas tree we have has kind of open areas in some parts of it, so that is usually where I put big ornaments. And I took a picture of the ornament I made myself a few years ago. It's sort of inside the tree, so I'll put it over here so you can see what that one looked like. The little glass angel in the photo is a set of 3. They were my late mother-in-law's, and those little angels are probably about the same age as me and my husband are. I have cut 2.5-inch squares for the styrofoam ball ornament. For your middle of the ornament, the star part kind of, you need 8 squares, 4 for each side. For your other 2 fabrics, you need 16 squares each. So I'm going to put red in the middle, and then this gold with the stars, and then the green print. The styrofoam ball I bought has quite a good delineation of the middle. This side, not so much, but I can figure it out. The pins you need to use are these dressmaker ones. I'll try to just hold one so you can see it. They just have a little metal end on them. These might be 1.5 inches. I think you can get 2-inch ones too if you want to use those. Let's not have them spilled. On all the squares for the project, you need to find the middle. So fold it in half, and fold in half again, and I give it a little press just to make sure, because that's where you have to put your pin in. So fold it in half one way, just run your fingers along it, down flat, fold it in half the other way. You can just kind of run your finger on the corner of it, press your thumb down on it, but I just wanted to do a little done. Like so. I like to hold mine with my thumb on the pin and my finger and my middle finger on the pin on the other side, like that. And you want to put it right in the middle. Straight down, right in the middle. I'm going to move the ball so I can see this properly, so I'm sorry if I go out of frame. Right down the middle. Like so. Push it snug. So it looks like that. Now, conveniently on this ball, you can see the line, so it makes it easier to line your fabric up like that. You just eyeball it either way. Just make it, not all cattywampus, but, straight-ish. Okay. And then you fold down there. So at this point in time, you're kind of folding the fabric around your pin, which is stuck in the middle there, like that. Fold it down in a triangle. And then take out a pin and put that corner down, like so. I usually pin the middle too. I don't like things flapping around, but you don't really have to if you don't want to. You're going to use a ton of pins regardless what you do, so might as well make it nice and strong, is my opinion. Okay, down there. Voila. Now, same this way. This ball is not actually divided the way it's supposed to be for these ornaments, but it does give you some indicating lines at the very least, which is somewhat helpful. And I can't remember where I bought it even. I've had it for ages. I have a box full of these things. There. Okay. Get the idea? Now, the next thing to do is the opposite side. You always want to do them here, 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 not all the way around for this particular method. Sometimes, depending on your pattern, you do want to do it all the way around, but not right now. Okay, so go the other way. Same thing. Right in the top, just try to get it like touching the one you just did. I'll try to shove it in a bit and then show you. There, can you see that okay? Yes, no? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Okay. Push it in. I find after a while my fingers get sore from the pins. So I just do these in spurts and take a break. Kind of smooth this one down along the lines, like so. And then turn it straight down. Now here, try to get your lines lined up so that this one doesn't go like that. You know what I mean? Straight. Goes down there. And let me just pin this one before I stop the camera, because the other two sides are going to be done the same. Just always put your pin right in the middle, line everything up, and then pin it down. Ah, come on. Smooth your thumb over it and then pin it. So far, so good. There, that's better. I also changed my mind. I'm going 5/8 down from the middle instead. But same routine follows. Fold, fold. Keep your line going straight. So I'll do this one and then this one. And then I'll do this one, and I'll show you what it looks like. Keep in mind when doing the second round of fabric that you will have 8 pieces, not 4. So there it is started. Now I am going to bring these pieces also 5/8 down. But here's where you can change it up if you wish, because you can make your star legs longer or shorter. You could put these ones down a bit more, 3/4, whatever. It's your ball, play around with it. So let's just see here. I think I'm going to stick with 5/8 because I would like them all to be the same length. So I'm just sticking my pin in my fabric. And let's get the measurer for one more time here. So now, okay, brain fart time. I just realized that my inches are divided in 16ths. Takes me long enough, right? So for the first measurement down for these part 2 fabrics, I went 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5/16. And for the second one, I'm going to 7. Do it however you want, basically. Do yours 1/4½. Whatever. It's your ball. Make it what you want. Just make sure as you're going around, you make them each one is the same all the way around, even though you're varying them up. You know what I mean? Okay, there we go. Sorry about my confusion with the measurements. So the first 4 middle squares, row 2 if you want to call it that, are 5/16 of an inch from the middle. The second ones are 7/16 from the middle. Is it 100% perfect? No, it is not. Is anyone going to see it when it is on your Christmas tree? No, they are not. Just do the best you can and make this middle part look like a star, however you want it to be. So, once again, 5/16 of an inch, 7/16 of an inch. Now, the next thing you have to do is figure out where you want your third row. Mine's going to be green. So, what I tend to do is measure from that point down rather than the middle down, because we're creeping down the ball now. So, I'm going to eyeball this to be right about there is where my green pin, I'm going to pin the green one. Maybe farther down here, I don't know yet. Sometimes I make this row the same all the way around. Again, that's personal preference, how you want it to look. So, same routine, just measure using your tape measure. Just don't measure from the middle, measure from that point down to whatever, half an inch or whatever you're going to do. Just make sure you note what you've done here, because you have to do exactly the same thing on the other half of the ball. There we go. The ornament is half pinned now. When I started doing the green fabrics, I eyeballed it how far down I wanted it to what I thought it would look like, and that turned out to be half an inch from the point. So that's what I did all the way around. I'm almost at the hemisphere. And now we do the other side. My ball is all done. Middle looks like a hot mess. So what you have to do is put a band around here to cover up all the pins and all the raggedy bits. You can use white ribbon. I am going to use this red fabric. So let's see. I should have it about an inch. If I have it finish up at about an inch wide, that looks like it might work. So I'm going to cut the fabric at an 1.5 inches wide, maybe a smidgen over, just to be sure. Now, how far round is it? That's the next question. Circumference is 10. I'm going to go a little over. More pinning to come. If you're going to make a band of fabric, press it in so you have a nice edge, and just make sure that this dimension here is wide enough to cover up all your raggedy bits, and then cut it off as long as you need it to go around your ball. I'm going to cut mine off about 11.5 to be sure, and I made this with about not quite 2 inches, 1 3/4 maybe. I just eyeballed it. Decide where you want the top of your ball to be. Get your ribbon or your fabric band in place. Lay it down kind of in the middle like that. See, I have good coverage. Bring up the pins. Make sure you're straight. Pin it down for security. I didn't even, whoops, that's 2. I don't even push them in all the way right now. Just do it a little bit, and then just kind of ease your band around. Don't really pull it too tight, because you might make it all stretchy and weird. So just kind of ease it all around. Till you come back around to here. Now fish those pins out. I'm kind of holding it down with my index finger here. Fish the pins out. Smooth everything down. Let me put it down for a second and then make sure we're lined up properly. Whoops. That side's a little... Just a second. We got to ease this side in a bit because it's a little wider. I pressed one side a little tighter than the other, I guess. But you get the idea. There we go. Maybe a little bit tighter that way. There. That looks pretty good to me. Okay. Now pin the first side down really good. on each side. Okay. Let's just double check. It doesn't hurt to do it twice to make sure. Go around and make sure you're covered all your pins up along here. There's nothing funny looking. And we'll bring it back around. Scooch it into place. There we go. And hold it with your thumb. I'm trying to make the top like line up with that line there, not just like some random spot, but right that line right there. It just makes it a little bit more tidy looking. So jiggle your fabric or your ribbon into the right position. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now pin down there. Down there. I'm going to cut off the extra. I don't need it. I'm not going to do a bow. Yes, it would hide the pins. If you poof it out a lot, that's fine. What I have done is pinned this ribbon down, and I have put a couple of jingle balls on it. I tied some embroidery floss around it, and then I just kind of rammed the pin down through there. And just to hold that and cover it up, I'm going to hot glue these little red buttons on top, just for sturdiness purposes. And they're semi-shiny. I don't know if you can really see it that well. So they kind of go with the ornament pretty well. So, first of all, let's... Actually, I don't think I'm going to have to... Hang on, different camera angle. Okay, this should work. The cord on the glue gun wasn't that long. Alright, let's smooth that down. So, button. Little dab of glue. Stick the button down. There we go. Same with this one. Whoop, that was more glue than I had planned on, but that's okay. We'll peel the rest off. Come on. There. Okay. All the stringy bits out of here. There. I think that will do. It's going to be hanging up on the tree. No one's going to see it. Now, yes, you can see my pins there. Do I really care? No. It's my ornament. If I was making this for somebody else, I would probably put a poofy bow on it and make it look all pretty. But there we go. It's done. Make yours how you want to make it.